she's all about modernizing the technology. How do we use them? How do we support the veterans community, affairs community? How do we enable healthcare? That was her whole goal. And we met through a good friend of ours, and he's right here. He's the mayor of North Miami Beach. Michael Joseph. So the journey began by multiple good conversations, and today here we are, to understand how we are going to help people. And I thought, we all coming together as a community is more important, right? To help us. We can only talk about it if we can do only so much things, but we come together in one space right now to understand what we can do to better the lives of people. That's where we are. And it's not about sides. It's not about whatever side we are on. We all want to make a better life. That's what we are. And today it is about this. And I want to invite Ms. McCormick to say a few words.
Well, good evening, everyone. I'm Congresswoman Sherly McCormick, and I want to say a very special thank you to Cheryl. A lot of times, Dr. Cheryl always tries to be in the background, but she has the biggest heart, which you guys already know.
Yes.
She's been such an awesome force, so thank you so much for bringing this together. Thank you so much, Cheryl. You probably don't know, but Cheryl even visits me in D.C. to talk to me about what's going on in healthcare and what we need to do, and she brings their entire family. So Cheryl is definitely a force to be reckoned with, and she will find you where you are to talk to you. Just to let you know that. So that's one of the things I love about her. I can tell you a little bit about myself and how I got into this. So I was telling everybody, when I was younger, my parents came from Haiti, and my grandmother sat us all down, and she said, okay, you can be a doctor or a lawyer, choose one. And most of my family said they'll become doctors, and I said, I'm going to be a lawyer, and I won't touch healthcare. And then I graduated from law school, and I found myself around the Affordable Health Care Act, and they were looking for lawyers for implementation, and that's how I got here, even though I said I was never going to be in it. But as I started growing up and learning and seeing, I started realizing what can keep and make our societies better are making sure we can preserve every member of the family. If every member of the family could stay in their homes, or if they had access to medical care, then we wouldn't see so much recidivism, we wouldn't see communities where people were actually missing family members and suffering. And I really realized that it's the access to quality care. And so when I got into Congress, and my husband always says that he never saw me as a congressperson, because I was never into politics, everything was all about healthcare. But I felt called because one of the things I saw firsthand when I was working as a CEO of a healthcare company is that politicians will have a great idea of policy, but when it comes to implementation and when it comes to outcomes, it's a complete failure. We need to make sure that we're funding the providers, the organizations, reimbursement is actually incentivized for preventative care, and that we're not just having all these regulations thinking we're making the system better, but we're actually failing people. Then when I got to Congress and I was the ranking member for technology and modernization for the VA, I said, wait a minute, how is the VA in this state where private community, we did this in 2010 and 11, and the VA now hasn't even really modernized to the level where we have. And so that's when I said, you know what, we have to push right now and lead when it comes to innovation. And if we're gonna attain healthcare equality, it really is gonna be through AI and technology. That's the only way we can get there. And so I love being in this room because I meet so many fascinating people who actually know how to get there. And I always say, I am not the scientist, I am terrible in math, but you guys who are good people educate me every single day. And so that's how I'm able to put forth policy, is that Cheryl, she's awesome, and she introduces me to great people, and those people give me ideas on how we can do this together. So I look forward for us moving together and doing this. And it's not, the work we do is not just on the American front. We had a long conversation about Saudi Arabia. Right now I'm the top Democrat for the Middle East. And so we're going into Saudi Arabia, we're going into the Middle East, and looking how we can share technology, share information, so we can make sure that we're providing healthcare to the entire world, even when we look at developing countries. There is a space for us to actually use our ingenuity, our intelligence, to grow in this entire economy. So I'm so happy to be here. I thank every one of you for coming here and joining us in this venture. I say it's a venture because in Congress, when they talk about AI, no one knows what they're talking about. I just want to let you guys know right now. In my last hearing, we had a company tell us they're doing all these fascinating things in AI. And I said, tell me more about your AI. And they said, well, now the doctor can speak and it will actually take notes. And I said, well, that's not AI, that's dictation. My phone does that. So that goes to tell you how far behind we are and what they're telling us. So the goal is that we can really do this as a partnership. Right now in the state of Florida, we don't have any Democratic members who sit on Ways and Means, which is a huge deficiency for us. The reason why is because, Ways and Means controls Medicare. And a lot of us take Medicare, a lot of us need the different coding, and unless we have a voice, a Democratic voice, we're kind of always struggling and trying to catch up. So what we're doing here is really building that movement, connecting the dots, and going back to Congress and teaching them how to do it properly, so we won't have companies telling me that AI is dictation, and people believe in this. So thank you again for being here. You're so important. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your support. And once again, thank you for the work you've been doing in the community for decades and for your intelligence. Thank you, Cheryl, for bringing everybody. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think something that she said is very underestimated, right? Everybody in this room, they're all in AI, everybody's in different fields, but this is not a 400 people event. This is a small group of everybody in here that can put together and come collectively into this space. Everybody knows it's overcrowded in so many spaces. AI, there's room for everybody. There's room for better healthcare for everybody. And collectively, I encourage you tonight just to share your business with one another, look at each other not as competition, but actually collectively you can work together. So I have one more speaker to come on up.
Thank you, Doc. My name is Michael Joseph. I'm the mayor of North Miami Beach, and I'm one thing that I've been very appreciative of being in the position that I have been, from being a commissioner, now mayor of the great city, is being able to meet a lot of great people and connecting a lot of great people too, and making sure my community thrives, not just in North Miami Beach, but as much as I can spread in doing good stuff. So AI is being growing substantially. It's something that we're going to be implementing in our city relatively sooner rather than later, because I want to have my community at the forefront, not have us in the background, seeing what other places are doing. So just having one simple conversation with Doc today gave me an idea about connecting her with a venture capitalist fund that I was privy to just because I had this position. And just making those connections, that's basically what this type of event is just making those connections, being able to network and to grow your ability to do good stuff. So I'm just happy to be a facilitator. I know that if you put good stuff out, good stuff will come back to you, and that's basically my whole role in being a good mayor and a good civil servant. So Doc, again, thank you for allowing me to be here and being able to connect so many people, and I look forward to doing great things together. So like, as you pointed out, Nick, there's opportunities for us all to connect and to grow what we feel is best for our community, and we have a lot of spaces that we are currently champions of. Just make sure we connect and so we can grow together. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We're trying really to push these different initiatives that we have. Obviously, this is a fundraiser. We're looking to actually make this stuff reality. So we do have a QR code here you guys can scan. Any donation is actually beneficial, but we're looking to really push these different things. Guys, collectively, together, I'm telling you, this room beats rooms that are 400, 500. I've been to so many different events where you go through events and you talk to 150 people and then you get nothing out of it. You have one conversation here, everybody can connect somebody with somebody, and we can really build something special. So I really appreciate all of you guys coming here today. I encourage you guys, we're gonna push this till 9:30. We're gonna, look, here we go. We're gonna be a good, let's give it up. I really, really encourage every one of you guys, meet different people. People came here. Who flew the farthest here? Who flew the farthest? California? No, California's further. Anybody further than California? All from California? Well, there's a prize. That's what I'm trying to see who get the furthest. Who came the furthest? What part of California?
San Francisco.
Those guys. We are looking to really build all together. I collectively, I appreciate everybody flying in. People are flying in all across the United States really to connect each other. And I want everybody to connect with each other, see how they can do business together. I appreciate you guys so much. Let's play some more music, right? Thank you.
All right, everyone. So we are continuing here. So we have the initiative and have none other than a dear colleague from 3 years back, I would say. And today we are here for this great initiative that continues with making healthcare accessible. You've seen him on the stage, you've seen him on the set. Now, Nick, go ahead and tell us what made this such a big interest to you.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, I personally use AI constantly in my life. It's helped my life be better. I mean, I personally grew up with a reading disability, so some stuff was actually a little bit harder for me. And when I found tools, because, I was told in school, if you don't learn this stuff, you're not going to be successful. And instead of letting that cripple me, I've used these different things to help me propel. And I've been in positions where people are like asking me for directions, and it's simply through AI. AI, how I look at it, it makes a C-level player into an A-level player. And that's not just in certain aspects. Some of these aspects are, in healthcare. And some of these critical errors, you're having C-level players. I'm not saying personally everybody doesn't know what they're talking about, but the human error, it's constantly happening. So one of the AIs that they do all the time is they have, reviews of all these documents. What happens after constantly reviewing documents all day long? Right. Somebody gets tired, somebody overlooks it, and now all of a sudden somebody doesn't look at some kind of lab that can medically change some lives. So I'm a big advocate in AI. And AI in healthcare just makes sense. Yes, there's always going to be doctors. It just makes sense. With AI in healthcare, it needs to be adopted. The only way to adopt this is to accept it. It's gonna do it one way or another. I have a Tesla that drives itself. Some people are scared about that, but I personally love it.
Right. Well, we heard it here on today, so we're bringing healthcare and AI together. Now, I will send more information in the bio so you can connect. There may be doctors, there may be individual doctors, and we need all these people in the community in order to do this. So while you're watching, go ahead, and the link will be in the bio on how you can participate, how you can help, because this is a collective of getting individuals in the community together so that we can fund this initiative. Now that's that big.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Come on. So next up, all right. So now with me, I have the mayor of North Miami Beach that is here, also a part of this healthcare initiative. Now, Mayor, welcome to Emerging Empowerment.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. And so, as you were here for this initiative, what does the initiative bring for the community?
It's about networking, making sure that we can bring the best technology to keep us healthy in this great community of ours.
You heard it. And so, what can we ask those who are watching to do to support this initiative?
Pretty much keep an open mind. I know AI is new. A lot of people are kind of still trying to figure it out. But an open mind really can give us an opportunity to really get the best quality healthcare. This technology is helpful, and it shows to be very effective if utilized. Just you have to have an open mind and really accept it as something that can give you benefits.
Right, right. So you heard it here. So this is a great cause.
Yes.
Connect. It's a collective, a great initiative. Nous c'est haïtien,
Union of force. Yes.
Union fait la force. So nous voulons dire ça, même les titres nous t'a parlé en anglais. Même voulons faire nous connaître que nous avons besoin des docteurs, des politiciens, des gens dans la communauté qui sont capables d'assister et aider. Ça, c'est pour aider, pour être capable de faire que l'autre monde, parce que nous connaissons un peu de monde dans la communauté qui n'a pas accès pour healthcare, mais il y a différentes façons ça capable de faire. Donc, à comprendre nos bagages, nous toujours pas appeler tandel. Même sur les Facebook, les WhatsApp, tout le monde a un problème avec tout le monde là-dedans. Et les AI, c'est la même façon pour capable faire que pour capable de accès pour ça que vous avez besoin. Moi-même, c'est une qui va dans l'assurance. So, raison qui fait mentir là-dedans, c'est parce que des gens qui ne comprennent pas, il y a des plans qui bon pour moun nan, mais yo font yon agent qui fait un téléphone plan et puis yo pas qu'à afford ça qui gagne. Il y a un plan spécifiquement pour sur une maladie chronique, un plan pour ça. So AI là a aidé. Ça veut dire même les mamans Haïti, que côté que n'importe côté lui gon bagay yo vle di yon device que moun nan a seulement souffler là-dedans et puis là capable bay toute information. Ou mettre que n'importe côté ya va garder sur santé. So you can look at the health of the individual. I had to go to Creole, y'all know I'm bilingual, so I had to bring the Haitian community in. So this AI technology is to be in the hands of everyone in the house, whether you're in India, whether you're in the Bahamas, whether you're in Jamaica, and your loved one is there. This device is a way that you can monitor them without being present. Who wouldn't want to sign up for something like that? Amen? So thank you so much for coming on Emerging and Power. Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
Emerging and Power. What does such an event mean for Emerging and Power?
Such an event, what it means to emerge in power, it's a networking event, and it's also a great way to connect with those that are trying to help the community grow and flourish into what it needs to be. A lot of times we talk about healthcare, that's what we've been talking about all throughout this whole entire event. We've been talking about healthcare and how it's important to be able to be accessible to those that are around that are not able to, reach out and really touch it. So there's people that are stuck in their homes that can't get out, and there's people that don't know the information, but being able to allow this health insurance policy, the healthcare to be accessible to those that are around us, it benefits us because a lot of people don't know about long-term care. A lot of people don't know about different policies, health insurance policies at $0 plans. A lot of people don't know about different things that could benefit them because it's not out of reach of their fingertips. So AI and health insurance, it is going to happen, but are you going to accept it?
All right.
It didn't.
How are you? I didn't get a chance to talk to you, but the platform.
Oh, so you actually have a lot.
It's the way to go. No. I was just trying to get it so people can see it. QR code.
Okay. That's right. Yes.